Hi everyone, welcome to All One Sun. This is Allison, and the topic for today is how do you know you're a starseed? And what planetary system are you from? Okay, now I've seen a lot of videos that share some, and they all, some ideas in regarding to this, and it always says, 12 signs that you're this, and 10 signs or whatever. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm only sharing with you my experience, okay? Because that's all I can offer you. So, what my conclusions that I've come to based on also what I have seen and put together, and I will let you know. Um, with me, I've had experience since I was a little girl. Okay, I had visitors, and my family used to make fun of me. I was staying with my mom's dad's family, and uh, they used to make fun of me and saying that, oh, I was seeing ghosts and stuff like that. But these people used to come with me. So first it was like one person, it was a lady, and then I had like three other people. It was always the one lady that actually spoke first. I'm thinking that could have been my mom. I'm not my real mom, my space mom. Um, and I didn't remember. I think there was one time when I actually remembered them saying something, but I think for the most part, and I know definitely everything was like, um, you know, telepathically. It was comforting. I wasn't afraid of any of them. I also heard of another guy. I think it was Bashar. I think he also said that he had some experience when he was small too. So some of us may have some kind of experience when we're small that actually keep us in that mind frame that there's something else there. Um, so yes. So again, you will get that feeling that something is there, something else is there. So your galactic family are always with you. So they it's very important that they connect with you early in your as a child. Okay, so the next thing is that you would feel different. You're definitely going to feel different. Okay, you're going to feel like you're not from this world. You just know that you're from somewhere else. There is that knowing. You don't know how, but you just know it. You just feel like you're from somewhere else. The other thing is, I know I felt is that besides feeling like I was somewhere else, I used to stare up in the sky all the time when I used to go. I used to just know that I wasn't from here, and I wanted to go back home. I didn't know where home was, but I wanted to go back home. Um, that much I knew. Actually, after a while, I started to know that home was. I was thinking heaven. That's all I kept on saying. It was heaven. I'm from heaven, and I want to go back. And I always felt like I was like an angelic being, and I just wanted to go back. And then, of course, you just feel like the whole thing that you don't fit in. You just feel different. Your mindset is different. Just the way you talk and communicate with people is different. It's just different. You will learn, you will grow can't understand a lot of the wrongdoings and evil and corruption because that's not who you are. And you just can't understand all that. Most of us tend to be empath. Okay, we come here with gifts. So there will be things about it. Some of us are psychic, very good psychics. Um, so we have abilities, certain abilities. Everybody has that, but most people on Earth do not develop that because they've been in this repetitive cycle that a lot of them are so disconnected, you know. Um, so they don't know how to tap into that spiritual side of them. So most of the people who are come into this system in an incarnation who's a bit different will carry those gifts with them. I call them gifts. those gifts with them. So again, just to backtrack, you're gonna have some, probably some experience from from your kid. So think back. You're going to have dreams. That's another thing. Um, Dreams. And because if you're not at that stage yet where you're meditating, if you have been, because if you meditate, you'll also get visions in your meditation, and you'll have dreams. Okay, so again, you're gonna know that you're not. You're gonna have that nagging feeling that you're from somewhere else, that you're not from here. You will have some, maybe some contact or something when you were small, um, as a young child, um, and you will just what did I say before? So the dreams, the contact from, and just the knowing that you are from somewhere else. That's where we are so far. And really, that's a lot in itself. And wanting to go back home, okay, which is all come with the missing and feeling like you're from somewhere else. All right, so and gifts. So if I'm rechecking, so your gifts, you're knowing that you're from somewhere else, some contact when you were small, and your dreams. Okay, and if you're meditating, then you will get visions through your meditations. Okay, that's now I'm gonna go on for a little bit, because during the dreams and the meditation, that's where you're gonna find out where you're actually from. You will maybe develop some, what do you call it there? Um, what's the word I'm looking for? When people, when you, oh my gosh, okay, forget about that for a minute. It'll come back to me. But you will also have some um, out of body well, not out of body experience, that's not the word, astral travel. You'll also have some astral travel. Some of them you may, if you consciously do it, you know that will help you. But if you don't, you actually have where you travel at night. And but the ways that you know, the dreams that you have, after a while you begin to notice the difference in your dreams, and you'll know when you astral travel. I mean, you're always traveling, but when you travel where you're going back home, or you're going into another timeline, or if you're going into yeah, pretty much another timeline where you're somebody else. I've had those where I've actually, and that was them showing me that, there's more. And I would have dreams where I dream that I am like I'm a man, in a total different environment. And that was a time frame that I went into. And I totally know, I was aware of who I was in this world while I was having that. I was like, while I was having that experience as a man. And I knew that this isn't just a dream. I was actually experiencing that. Okay? It was like both of us was there at the same time. It was just really weird. So I knew. Okay, and I had that dreams over a couple of times, and there was different scenes, but with that same person, that same male that I'm actually having another life with somewhere. Okay, so in regard to the visions, when you meditate, you'll get visions. I mean, if you're asking for this, okay, you have to ask. If you want to know and you're asking for this, it will. And if you're being called, if you're waking up, that's another thing too. Once you're being waking up, because everybody has a time frame in which they will wake up. Everyone is different. So once you start to wake up, these things will start to actually reveal themselves to you. Okay? So for me, when I was, waking up, like I always say for the second time again, because after you come into this world and you just kind of start blending in and trying to be part of this society, which you know you're not, and then you get busy with work and stuff like that, and and you're trying, you're doing your best to kind of fit in. Um, you tend to push your just push all your gifts and everything that you know a little bit, on the reps until you get that push again, that call. At least that's the way it was for me. Okay, some people might have that feeling ever since they can remember, and it's always been with them. So everybody is going to be different. But I think for most of us, we 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 have a little bit of it when we're young. We have a sense of it when we're young, and as we grow up, it's still there. We don't forget. It is still there. That's what keeps the love and everything. But we also start getting that life of living and stuff like that. And so some of us might push it aside for a little bit, and some of us might not. And you hear a lot of stories like that. Oh, I just kind of push it aside, and because they want to kind of blend in. So I've heard that a lot. So if any of this is ringing a bell to you, then most likely that you are a star seed. Okay? Now, where are you from? Again, once you start to wake up, you don't even have to ask, but once it's time, once you start to wake up again, they need for you to wake up again, they'll start revealing all of that to you. And you will just know, you may have some doubts here and there about what you're actually experiencing, the voices, the dreams, and, you may start to have some, I mean, but you want to have confidence. Unless that's the way it was with me. I mean, I knew that they were my higher self, my family were coming true. I knew, but I wanted to tell the difference of this. Okay, is it me or is it? I went through that for a while, and in fact, sometimes I still do go through that. So I've had a lot of visions when I was when I would meditate, and one of the visions that I had was, oh my gosh, it just said, "This is you," and it was a beautiful face. Oh, I was taken. It was so beautiful, and no hair, just a face, a beautiful, pale-ish blue. It was pale, but it was kind of, and I'm not sure if it was just, I just know it was really pale. And I have a picture I think I'm showing right now where give an idea of what it would look like. And but it was beautiful. It was just so angelic. The It was so angelic. It was so beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh, I will never forget that because it was so beautiful. And that was me. That was one of the time when I was shown that this is me. Another time it was in a dream where there it was a bright light, and that's also another thing that you have to be aware of when you are just waking up. That is the time that a lot of times they send you a message, a vision when you're just waking up. My aunt gets them too, and I remember she saying that I was so shocked to hear her say that because we're kind of like on different page a little bit, but she's a bit spiritual, and she would say, I know when my spirit is talking to me because sometimes when I'm waking up, it's just that just before I wake up, she gets like a vision or a word or something, and she knows that's true. And I've had that experience. When she said that, I was like, wow, because I've had that too. Just before I get up, it's because they want to make it fresh in your mind. They're giving you a message, and it's important, so they want you to remember. So it's just before you get up. So just before I got up, there was a big bright light. I remember being outside. It was a big bright light, and it had beautiful colors just sparkling from it. It was just beautiful, but it was mostly white, just beautiful, and it's warm. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. And the voice said, almost like it was like right beside me or behind me, and says, "That's you." And then that was it, and I woke up. And so, and then there was another time when my earthly mom passed away, and I'm giving you example. My earthly mom passed away, and then my mom my astral mom came to me in my dream and said, "I'm your real mom." And I knew. She said, and we were talking. Everything was telepathy. Our mouth didn't move. Everything was, and I knew. And we walked for a while at a long talk. Now I understand now that the talk that we have, and the reason why I don't really know whatever it is that she wanted me to hear audible, like I hear it and remember it, I would remember it. But the rest of it, that was like an encoding or just thing to trigger to come later on. I did not remember what she said, but we had a long talk and we had a long walk, and I remember us walking and having this talk and just, we're family. And but she came to me a couple of times, and the other time was uh, I was the astral travel out of my body, and I went into the spaceship, and it was a spaceship where there were beings from, it looked like from everywhere. It was big. The area where I stayed off, it was like I can't say a docking area, but it was an area where you can see. There was a big window, and you can actually see the stars and the planet. You can see outside, and there were so many people walking around, and I can see my mom. She was walking. She's very tall, long neck, and bluer, really blue. She was darker than I was, kind of the picture that you're seeing here. And my dad, and I remember them looking at me, but I knew who they were. They were talking. I knew. And I was being introduced to the rest of the people, the crew there. And there was this one little guy, and it was like I was there with somebody else, but I don't remember, and I can't see who that other person is. But I was there with somebody else, somebody I know that is connected with me, um, and I think I came down this time either with my soulmate, because when I remember getting shown a picture of when I actually agreed to come down, and I was with somebody else. But I can never see the other person. But I was there with somebody else. We came together, and I'm just thinking that that is probably my soulmate. But we came together. So, and we came up there. We went up there together, different places. I don't know where that person is or whatever, but we were there together, and so I was being introduced to different people, and I knew where I was at first. When you first get there, it was like, whoa, where is this? But then after a while, you just knew. And then I got introduced to someone that I know. The experience is so weird, because you have a knowing, and then it's like, it's just a weird feeling. I can't explain it. But like, for instance, I saw this one person that was introduced to me, because it's like there's another observer that doesn't understand this, that is observing it as well, and being amazed by this. That's kind of like what I'm trying to say. So maybe the self, if that's what you want to call it, and that's very interesting. So anyway, so I was being introduced to this short little guy. The best way that I can explain it, it was, oh gosh, what are those? Just like this movie with those little guys with the teeth, like yik, 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 like it was. Oh god, I wish I had a picture that I can show you. But he was like this little creature, but it was like a short, like a little elf, like it was like a little elf. And he just had all these little teeth, this little teeth. But this was somebody that I knew. This is somebody that I had fun with. This is somebody that I was close to, and he was so happy to see me. And in my head, the other part of me was kind of like, oh my god, look at this. But then the other part of me was like, oh my gosh, my best friend, how are you? So it was weird. So needless to say, everybody's going to have their own different little experience, but somehow you are going to be shown who you are, where you're from. I mean, there's more to this, but I don't want to disclose that. But you will know who you are. There is no asking. Don't ask anyone. You don't have to ask anyone. And once you do, you'll start saying it. Like, I'm from, well, some people say I'm from, because of the way that I describe that, from Sir, is it Serene? I think I have it on here. How do they say it? Syrian, yeah, Syrian. So, okay. So I guess based on my description, somebody told me, "Oh, you're Syrian," and I'm like, well, I don't know. I just know what I look like, but I didn't know that was from the planet Syrian. I was told differently because I'm like, no, I think I'm from further away from that blue planet, but how it was described to me, because I was like, wait a minute, I can't be a Syrian because that doesn't feel right, even though I look, that was the face that was given me. But also remember, there was two face that was given me. There was two vision of who I am, one with the physical Syrian, and then the light. And so even though I'm being shown this Syrian, this is who I am, I was thinking, wait a minute, that can't be right. I'm not this close to Earth. I'm far, far away. So this may not be the case with everyone, but the way it was described to me, it was that my people are from somewhere else, further, and they embodied in Syrians, okay? They embodied in the Syrians, and they're quite aware of it. And as an Syrian, they are quite aware of who they are. It's not like here where you forget when they incarnated or they embodied, they know exactly who they are. And so they had to kind of stop over and incarnated in Syria and then incarnate here. So it was like a double trip for them. They couldn't just, so that's how it's explained to me. And there might be many others. I don't know if anybody I've gotten that information, but that's how it was broken down to me. Okay? So, anyway, I hope this has been helpful for someone. So don't forget, you don't have to keep on asking who you are, where you're from. You will know who you are. It will come to you. Just know that you are a beautiful being and that you are here to be of help and that you are loved. And we're a family. We're a family that have come here to be of great assistance. Okay? With love. So I hope this has been helpful to all of you. So please support and like, share, subscribe. So like, share, and subscribe, and I'll keep on doing this. There's so much more that I would like to share. So thank you so much in advance for your support, and love and light to you all. Love you, and take care. See you soon.